I really do. Comedy comes through pain. I don't know pain. I don't know pain. I grew up in a nice home. I had a mom and a daddy that whoop your ass, and you just appreciate them, just love them to death. Best parents in the world. And I lost, my mom died at 16, my dad died at 18. And they had me ready for life before I even started to learn how to do everything. My mom used to say, you're going to cook, you're going to sew, you're going to clean, you're going to learn how to do everything. You're going to cook, you're going to sew, you're going to clean, you're going to learn how to do everything. I'm not going to always be around here. And I thank God, money-wise, budgeting, everything. And like I said, my dad was a good guy, and we were the family in the neighborhood. That's for all the kids. If you were a good kid, if you were a bad kid, don't you even go near the Wallaces. The Wallaces, if you check around in our neighborhood, we were like the family. My dad was a fundraiser. You need some money raised in the church, in the community. Deacon Wallace, he can do it. And we were that family that I'm so blessed to come out of a home like that. And I think it happens. It can be a part of your life. If you have a good family, you should be a good person. There's always somebody go astray, but most people that come from good families, they tend to be better every generation. Yes.
And you were the oldest, of course.
No, I was a baby. Out of 7. I'm a mistake baby.
Oh, wow.
I am a mistake baby, number 7. How about that? I come from a huge family. Both my grandmothers had 21 kids, and that's 42 kids. And I saw my grandmama last week, and she's pregnant right now.
I'm making sure we're not over-modulating. We're just.
Are we okay?
Doing the, yeah, we're perfect.
Because I'm talking loud for no reason at all, and you're sitting next to me.
All right, let's have fun. How much time are you giving?
You got 18 minutes.
18?
At the most.
Okay, so it's 1:48. All right, so let's see what happens. Hey, this is Mike from Reelblack TV, and this is a great honor and a privilege. We have a lot of comedians on the show as guests, but we've never had someone sincerely the true OG of comedy, the king of Las Vegas, Mr. George Wallace, here with us today.
Stop it! You just making up stuff.
What? No, sincerely. We had a viewer, one of our big fans, Betty Leecraft. She found out you're going to be on the show, and she said, say hi, that you are the true OG. And
I am old. OG just stands for old. When the legend, George, that stands for a lot of things stand for old. I am old. I'm so old. You don't know. I'm so old. I remember when people got fired at their jobs, and they went home and they came back, and they only shot one person. That's how old I am.
Oh, God. All right.
That's old, ain't it? I'm so old. You're not going to, because you're too young to know this joke. I'm so old when people used to fly on airplanes, they used to tip the flight attendant as they leave the flight. You didn't know that, did you?
I never saw that happen. Wow, you're so old that you knocked the sound card off the
We did.
table.
Can they still hear us? You may not have to get up.
I don't have that much faith. You're the one with all the positivity and
I think
faith.
I think everything is just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, everything is good. It's all
the positivity.
But
I don't know who did that.
It's all good, and we're still looking good too.
All right, so you're still old. You never age.
Now that's as far as we go with the old thing. Okay, now you can cut it off.
Well, anyway, Betty,
you've been here for 30 minutes and you already called me old like 3 times. You said I was a legend. You said I was OG.
Huh?
It's all good.
He farts dust, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
George Wallace is a comedic treasure, and tell him I said so. He preceded so many others. Glad he's still going strong. So what's the secret to longevity? Secret to playing so many crowds? I'll give you one as we talk. Here's Madagascar is playing. You can see it in the mirror.
Oh my.
Chris Rock. I did a documentary on Chris Rock when I was in college, 1989.
Really?
Yeah. Before he blew up, we were walking, preparing for the movie, and he said, "At this point, my biggest dream is to be like George Wallace, to be able to go to any city and sell out and just be consistently funny." He said George Wallace and Gil Scott-Heron were his role models. He always saw himself as a cult comedian, never someone that was going to be a massive takeover, but could make any room of people laugh at any time in any city.
And to this day, he's still one of my great buddies, my great friends. We were just together last Saturday at Jerry Seinfeld's 65th anniversary. And he told the same story. We just want to do, and he's such a great kid. I just love him. I know when he started, and he would come into the clubs and watch me and all of that, and he's making all the money in the world. I'm making a lot of money too, but it's all good. We're just having fun, and life is good. And the longevity of doing comedy is loving what you do. This is my sex and my drugs. I mean, you talk about you having a passion for something. you got to really want to do this because you're going to go through a lot of bullshit. There's just no question you can't get around it. Just everybody wants to get into your life, and everybody wants to know what you're doing, and that's like working. Even if you see me working at a big gig from Madison Square Garden to right here at this hotel, the Westgate, it's some old people want to get into your life. Right. Some supervisors run in this room, some supervisors run that room. I'm in charge of here, makeup people. Everybody want to give you some bullshit.
Right.
From parking outside. You never know where it's going to come from. So there's always something.
But the answer is to laugh it off.
Oh my God, you really getting good. Just laugh it off. No matter what the situation is, laugh it off, Mm-hmm. You just can keep laughter. We already know laughter is the greatest medicine in the world. Mm-hmm. That's why we encourage people to overdose on laughter. We encourage people to keep it in the reach of children, keep laughter, and just keep laughter in your life. And when you're laughing for more than 4 hours, then you call your doctor and share that prescription with the doctor, because that's what I tell people at my show. I'm a doctor.
Okay.
I'm a doctor. I'm seeing all my patients at one time, 8 o'clock every night.
Okay.
Everybody, one time. And I guarantee when you walk out of my office, you will feel much better than you do when you walk out of the doctor's office.
Facts. Well, what I said, we met maybe a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
You were at the Chocolate Sundays, a room full of black folks.
Oh, that's where we met, yeah.
Room full of black
folks. I'm going to Chocolate Sunday.
Okay.
In Los Angeles.
It's going down there. A room full of black people convulse with laughter. In Las Vegas, room full of mixed international folks just cracking up. And I'd never seen you perform before live. And I said, wow, everybody needs to have that experience of just the energy, just the command that you have over a room. It suddenly becomes yours. I mean, what's the science of that?
I don't know the science of that. They just said that last week. As I told you, I was with Chris at Jerry Seinfeld's 65th anniversary. Mm-hmm. And we had Howard Stern in the room. We had Bill Maher in the room. We had David Letterman in the room. Martin Short in the room. Steve Martin in the room. Dave Chappelle in the room.
Comedy Mount Rushmores.
All of these, just crazy. And they said, when you went up there, you just really took over the whole room. I was in charge of the whole night. And I don't know, it's just something I love to do. It's in my blood. Like I said, the greatest passion in the world is to get up and say hello to people. Mm-hmm. And it's all salesmanship. Whether you're selling a car, whether you're selling a joke, or whatever furniture, you got to sell yourself first. And I'm blessed to be able to I love people. I love what I do.
Now, did that come first? Now, I've read your book, and I've seen a lot of interviews, and there's a disparity in the information. I got to get it straight from the source. In the book, it says that you happened to walk into a comedy club. Now, I've heard on Larry King, it says you've had this dream of being a stand-up comedian since the age of 6. What's the truth of all this?
That's both are true.
Okay.
But I wanted to be a comedian, but when you want to be a comedian, you don't know how. You don't know how you're going to make it there. You want to be an actor. You don't know how you're going to get to acting. You don't even know there's acting classes at 6. You don't know anything like that. But I wanted to be a comedian, listening to Red Fox and Jackie Mums Mabley and Richard Pryor and Johnny Carson and Red Skelton. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I could go on and give you comedians that just... Milton Berle, I used to do their jokes, hear them on TV, and go back to school the next day and do the jokes, and the people would laugh. So if you bring laughter, people just tend to love you. And I love people. And if people are happy, when I see happy people, it makes me happier.
Yeah.
So that keeps. I love this job.
Well, it's a real thing. As cynical as I am, I'm from Philly. I'm just cynical. I was looking in Virgo, right? It's hard. Just the energy you're bringing off. It's hard not to smile looking at George Wallace. So hold
on a second. What you just said. You just said. I'm telling people about how important laughter is. Mm-hmm. You can't even fake a smile without feeling better. Mm-hmm. And see, look, and say you can try it, but you can't. You can fake a smile and you still feel good. It makes you. That's how good laughter is.
Right. But you grew up in the South, and what's interesting? What's like there are a lot of black comedians now, but there were very few when you started. Like you mentioned, Jackie Mums. And
yeah.
So a lot.
And they were still on the chitlin circuit when I was a kid. The Red Fox and all of them. They hadn't even come to Vegas yet when I was a kid.
Okay.
So. It was really different.
But it's a different world than in the Instagram comedy and everything, where you can target your laugh for a specific group. Your gift is also you have to learn how to entertain an entire general public of people.
You don't have to. You can have your particular group.
Okay.
I just happen to be an overall. I like everybody. Okay. There's some black comedians out there. There's some crazy comedians out there you don't even know making tons of money.
Right.
because now this new thing with social media, you can have your own audience and sell out an auditorium and nobody know who the hell you are. It's a new phase, and I'm glad it's happening. I had to go through television, and I made a lot of money in my day, and my money, I hope, is equal to the money they're making now. I'm in good shape. I feel good all over. I love life. I could retire, but I don't do anything. I can't retire from doing nothing. I just love what I do. It's just, life is good.
You just show up and turn it
lie.
on.
I just lie. You know, anybody just lie. I just love lying. And as I stated on stage the other night, I'm trying to be the greatest bullshitter in the world. I want to be the greatest. I even pray to God, let me be the greatest bullshitter in the world. But as I say, right now, Donald Trump is kicking my ass in the bullshit department, okay? I'm not even number 2. You got, what's his daughter name? That girl worked for him, Sucker Huckleberry? Okay. Yeah. Sarah Huckleberry, whatever her name is. Huckabuck. She's number 2, and Rudy fat ass Giuliani is
well,
number
wait, I thought that
3.
was the other rule. You don't get, if you want to reach the mainstream, you don't get political.
I didn't get political. I just told the truth.
Okay.
That was not political. All I do is tell the truth. I never even do Donald Trump jokes. I just repeat what he said, and people will laugh.
It's a very easy.
Black people, what do you have to lose?
Well, speaking of black people, so people, a lot. You are, like I said, endeared among our viewership, and there's a lot of interest in racism. Sometimes people feel a certain way when certain secrets about our identity are shared in public. And I know sometimes you reveal some of the secrets. I
revealed one the other night, and I don't know.
White people just turn this off and then skip ahead.
Yes, this is not for white people.
This is the black audience. He's just going to, just so you can feel better and not alone, George is just going to unveil some of the commonalities that make us who we are.
White people, we'll be right back. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Like the dish rag. White people don't know about the dish rag. The dish rag in the kitchen. You're from Philly.
Yeah.
Even, Yo Momma. They from the South, You know what they did with that dish rag? They wiped everything. Could be this table, they wipe it. You drop something on the floor with that dish rag, they wipe it up with that dish rag, right? The windows, you wipe the window with the dish rag. Everything you could touch. Food on your face, your mama take that dish rag and wipe your face with it. Yeah. And if you do something wrong, she'd take that dish rag and snap and pop your ass with it. It was for discipline too.
And it dries up underneath the sink. It has a little curve.
Then the next, I won't go that, it's a certain place we go to with the secrets, okay? Now you're letting everything out. Pretty soon you're going to tell them about when we had breakfast and we had food left over, we just leave it on top of the stove. And you go out and play and you run in and you grab a piece of leftover bacon. Don't tell them how many flies has been on it by the time, right? But it was good. We're not dead, are we?
No. Well, and the big can of bacon grease that's out by the stove now.
And fish grease too. Now you want to get into that?
Yeah, tell it all. Let people know.
They don't need to know this. This is still our secrets.
Okay.
Pretty soon they're gonna want to know about. They're finding out everything. They didn't know. 30 years ago, we were eating chicken wings all our lives, right? Mm-hmm. Now they found out about chicken wings. And now they got the Wingstop. They got chicken places, pizza place selling chicken wings now. Mm-hmm. We knew about stuff like that. Now they eating it.
Right.
Now they even getting into the oxtails now. They're at the hotel here in Las Vegas. 12 o'clock midnight, big special, oxtail. Everybody waiting in line to get the oxtail. So white people are learning about some of our secrets. We know about some of theirs. They gave us the carrot cake, okay?
Okay.
We didn't know about carrot cake until 20 years ago. So thank you, white people, for the carrot cake. Now they're learning some of our secrets. They learned about the monkey bread, and they learned about, but we didn't tell them about the Sakatumi cake yet, so they don't know about that.
Cake. Well, Patti LaBelle, she let us see that.
Well, Patti LaBelle's got the sweet potato pie, and I talked about that on stage the other night. And she's selling the sweet potato pie. White folks, turn your TV off. Y'all eat pumpkin pie. It's about sweet potato pie. How much is she selling that pie for? $3.48, right? Oh, and so if you go to any grocery store in the world, by the pan and the crust, it's $2.48. So if whatever patty is real good, I hear. Mm-hmm. So, but she only putting $1 worth of shit in there. Let's just face it, tell the truth. Whatever she doing, she putting $1 worth of shit in there. $3.48, $2.48. Mm-hmm. It's all good. I'll talk about more. You need to listen to me. I'll talk more about that later.
Well, it tastes good though,
because you got some cinnamon in there. I told you about that. You don't know this. You put cinnamon brown sugar on anything. You can put cinnamon brown sugar on liver. I don't know.
Okay.
Even before you have oral sex, just sprinkle a little cinnamon down there, and you'll be fine.
That's the punch.
You'll be fine. Some of the punches.
You got to go see him live at the Westgate. Or
I'm at the Westgate right now. Wherever I'm on the weekends, I'm all over the world.
Yeah.
I go to Philadelphia. I go to Atlantic City. I was just in Cleveland. I'm in every city in America. Houston, Texas, doesn't matter. Friday night, Saturday night, I do concerts everywhere.
Right.
At the Playhouse in Cleveland, at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. 10,000, 12,000. We work, man.
Yeah, no question. No, I mean, but the other thing, you were a salesman, stand-up comedian, but you damn well could be a motivational speaker.
I would like to do that. I would very well like it because I teach the young kids, especially at colleges these days. It's good to have input on lives so you can live a better life. As Joel Osteen, live a better life now. As Les Brown, live your dreams. It's always good to live your dreams and do what you want to do, and you can make it. Kids go to college and they get out and they got good grades in engineering. That may not really be your bag. You might want to be like I got a friend now, engineer. He said he was the worst engineer in the world, but he loved telling jokes. A.J. Jamal, one of the greatest comedians in America right now. You got Jackie Fabulous. A lot of kids out there just studied it in school and they wanted to do comedy. Make sure you enjoy your life. Just because you got a degree in marketing doesn't mean you got to do statistical analysis the rest of your life. You might enjoy arranging flowers or fixing refrigerators or painting cars. Do it. Honor your essence.
Okay.
Do what you love to do, and the money will come. When you honor your essence, it really doesn't matter how much money you make, as long as you enjoy what you're doing.
Now, where did all this belief come from? I mean, I know you were in sales, where you're almost like the black Norman Vincent Peale. Like, I don't think you've ever had a bad day.
I never had a bad day, and I want to tell you something. I'm so blessed. I've never filled out a application.
Okay.
That's how good life has been to me. Go and present a pack. I want to do this. I want to do this. I was vice president of the world's largest outdoor advertising agency in New York City. And I just went in and sold myself. I like to sell that because I heard somebody was making $34,000 a year back in 1972.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to make that kind of money too. I was sitting with a friend of mine at Ammonia Square in Athens, Greece. And they said, oh, such and such, this guy sells. And I was already selling rags. I started off selling rags out of college. Cleveland Cotton Products, I sold rags, and I was selling rags. You'd be surprised how much money you can make selling rags. I sold rags to restaurants, funeral homes, mechanics. Just everybody needs a rag, and you'd be surprised because you need cleaning products. And I sold the ShamWow back in 1972.
Wow.
It was a yellow cloth. It was a blue cloth when I had it.
Right.
And I sold it to one day I made $3,600, and one day I sold it to a company called Earl Scheib.
Wow.
Because mechanical shops, they were using just regular rags, old rags. Okay. And I said, I can cut you a rag, a brand new cloth every day. And it was the ShamWow, and we didn't have a name for it. And I said, it's reusable. You can just wash it and reuse it again. Wow. ShamWow. I did that, and just sales. I don't know how I got into this kind of yet, but you just got to sell yourself everywhere you go,
right,
whether it be rags or whatever.
I mean, I know we're on limited time, so just so we have a story.
You're not on limited time.
Well, you promised a certain amount.
I told you 18 minutes, and we're already into 22. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. I appreciate you, sir.
You got 18 more minutes.
Look, I ain't talked to you all day. I'm very curious, and I know that you're here to inspire people and get them through their troubles. A lot of people through the media, it's reinforced. Their insecurities are targeted, triggered. People don't have a belief in themselves or value or even love. So having a good laugh with George Wallace, hopefully that we can get some things into the heads as well. Just take a chance.
Well, I hope that when people, that is pretty good. That's why we love what we do. When people come to our show, we have no idea what they've gone through. They have family problems. They have financial problems, whatever it is. You could have lost your luggage. You could just death. Mm-hmm. The greatest, as much money as we make, the greatest compliment we can get is when somebody comes up and say, Mr. Wallace, my husband died 3 years ago, and I just want to thank you. I needed that laugh. Mr. Wallace, I had brain surgery 3 weeks ago. This is the first time I've laughed in 3 years. This means a lot to me. Mr. Wallace, never heard of you before, but I got you now. Thank you so much. You get all kinds of compliments like that you wouldn't believe. That would just stop you in your track, and people come up and shake your hand. I've been in this city for a long time. I've seen every comedian, but I've never seen anybody like you. I think it's just really, really great to get those compliments and to be able to do it the next night and the next night. Right. And then I'm so blessed that I can just talk to people in any way, and I talk about anybody and everybody, wheelchairs, I don't give a damn, but I'll never embarrass anybody. And everybody wants to laugh.
Right.
You start talking about a lot of people and leave somebody out, after the show, they'll come up and get you. You didn't do any Jewish jokes. Drill my ass. Mm-hmm. But it's fun when somebody complains that you didn't talk about them. Yeah.
Right.
As you know, it's...
Well, a lot of comedians are unhappy. And, we talked to Patrice O'Neill at one point, and he was saying, audiences don't know how much work is involved in keeping the energy going in a room, and just maintaining the focus at the center of the stage, and then also moving the attention from different parts so that everybody feels involved in it. But it's like, if one new joke doesn't work, it could mess him up for the rest of the day because the energy that you put out at the end of a show.
A lot of people do that. My personality is that if I do a new joke and it didn't work, I'm stupid enough to say that was a new joke I thought I'd throw out. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, is throw it out. I'm smart enough to...
Well, you keep your pad.
And I have a yellow pad with me most of the time. And if I have that yellow pad with me, I got a lot of new jokes. And some of them are not going to be good. Fortunately, the jokes that are not good on my yellow pad could be the better joke of the night. Because I'm doing jokes like, joke number 1, I got to do these new jokes. I got some of them funny, some not. I don't give a shit. I got to do these new jokes. I did it on Arsenio Hall one night. I got to do these new jokes. I'm doing Letterman next week. I got to make sure they work, right? So I do joke number 1, work real good. Joke number 2, they go, work real good. Joke number 3, needs work. Write it on the pad, needs work. And the people laugh at that a little bit and go, joke number 4, kind of funny. Joke number 5, joke's funny, audience sucks. They go crazy. And sometimes I go away to do my act. They go back to the yellow pad. So we're writing new jokes now. So that's my personality on stage, is to do a joke. If it doesn't work, it's okay. We just have fun. The most important thing is just to have fun. If the joke doesn't work in my head, just keep on moving. Sometimes they don't know it's new. And then even if they do know, you got somebody, there's only one joke. You got a lot of good jokes to cover.
Right. So what's your creative process? Where does all the creativity come from in your belief system? Where does the jokes come from?
Dude, I'm so blessed. My jokes come from me just walking up. My jokes come from the energy off the audience. When I see people in the audience just walk in, as you know, people come to my show late. I have to stop my show in the middle of the show just to greet these people, to make sure they're happy, because they're scared, they're easing down, and they know they're late, but it doesn't matter. Sit down. And as I tell them, you can come to my show 10 minutes before it's over. As long as they paid to get in, fine with me. And I have fun with that. And my job is to make everybody comfortable. I'm your old uncle. Just come on in and sit down and sit at the table.
Right.
The feast of the Lord is going on. Let's just eat and just have fun and just love each other.
Okay. Well, you're definitely spiritual minded, religious minded.
Yeah, definitely. I come out of church. I went to church too much. I love, as in the Bible says, I love this, do unto others as you have them do unto you. Just as simple as that. This would be a greater place in the world. Why can't people just go? They call it the golden.
Stop. You grew up in the South in the 50s and the 60s. All the video and stuff that I've seen, black people was getting their butts whipped. How come?
And I was a part of that too. I marched with Dr. King. I wasn't up front, but I'm from Atlanta.
It was horrible being black back then, and it's horrible being black right now.
You didn't know. You didn't know. It was horrible, because I don't think, I was never in one of the marches where people were beaten, unless I ran so fast that I didn't know they were beating them. I was gone. I was back in North Atlanta. But yeah, it was
North Atlanta.
I was in Buckhead. That's where I'm born and raised. I'm
nowhere near Ebenezer.
No, I was at Martin Luther King's funeral, though. I got a photo of that if you need to see. I was at his funeral, yeah.
Tell people, OG, tell people what that time was like.
Well, listen, some people don't understand
and laughing, using laughter to survive. That's the one thing that we don't see when they have all these movies, Selma and marching and this one and that, how laughter helped keep the movement going, and along with the singing.
I think Dr. Andrew Young talked about that, even when they had the marches and things like that, and they get back to the hotel and they laugh about some incidents, and even like, man, he hit you hard, things like that. So you got to keep laughter no matter what you do. And I don't know the history I know about it, even in slavery days.
On the slave ship,
they were doing Yo Momma jokes. Yeah, Yo Momma, who did that? Yeah. Your mama, so old, your mama so ugly, you so black, whatever it was back in the day.
Right.
But
on the buses.
On the buses, you just had to keep laughter. Matter of fact, you have never gone through life. Look at the Jews. They are into the comedy also, what they've gone through, And I guess the more, what do you call it, the agonizing moments, just terrible times, you have to come out with laughter.
Right. So, and not to disrupt, just bringing a little more back for you. The 60s were coming up, marching, and I know you have a story about Dr. King.
Well, yeah, in the 60s, marching, and fortunately, I'm from a great town like Atlanta, and Atlanta was always a great city for, they call it a city too busy to hate right now. And you remember the movie Driving Miss Daisy, where but the Jews, they all started the NAACP. So this was a city of people getting together, and the Jews did have all the money, and they were just going, but if we're going to make this work and we're going to make more money, we need to get together and have a, and they made it happen. Right. That's why Atlanta today is such a progressive city, and especially for us. You go to Atlanta now, it's just like, it's people say, I've never seen anything like this. Years ago when your parents were born, they went north. Now kids are going like, I got to go south. I got to go to Atlanta and learn more about how black people live. And they're hearing all the stories about how blacks in the South are changing. And Atlanta is a different city. I don't want to keep using it, but Charlotte, there's a lot of good cities. But, like Atlanta, the world's busiest airport, run by an African-American lady. Just everything. Anything. Atlanta is the only city in America where I don't care what the neighborhood is, some of us live in that neighborhood. We're coming out that gate. So you see a lot of things in Atlanta. That was your time, by the way. You heard that was your time. Let me advance. We can give you another 10 minutes, okay? Give me another 10 minutes. But just growing up in those days and knowing and listening to Dr. King and saying and all the people, and even Jesse Jackson, and then you had a preacher named Reverend Ike. You can have what you want to have, you can do what you want to do, and you can be what you want to be.
The prosperity preaching.
Oh, you know about that, see?
Reverend Ike, Reverend Ike's all over YouTube now, but if you watch the movie Car Wash, what Richard Pryor is doing is his interpretation of Reverend Ike.
Exactly, Reverend Ike. And you're from Philadelphia. They had people from Philadelphia before Reverend Ike. Like
the Father Divine.
Come on.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff started, the positive thinking for black people came out of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And people would run down to the church, and the preacher black people were crazy, but they were not educated to know what was really going on. Okay. And some of them was talking crap like I do. And they would go to the church to listen to the preacher. He said such and such, and they would go back. They had a thing called a dream book, and they would get a number. They'd go to church to get a number to gamble. He said something about Jesus coming in on a horse, and look up horse, 355. They go back the next day, 355. They bet on 355.
Right.
Box it.
Right. So you're an extension of the black preacher. You just spread the love and make people walk away feeling good enough to come back next week and give you some more money.
I think you said it better than I could say it.
Okay.
And give you some more money.
Come back next week.
Come back next week. Yeah, we're going to talk about. And they will come back. They go around. Bishops. And, Prophet Swain is in town, and all of these people.
But you have that spirit of the preacher in you.
I do, because I come out of the church. I do, and I started as a preacher. I didn't know what to do as a comedian. I was known as the Right Reverend. I had on a big robe and a Atlantic Bell telephone book. It was the Yellow Pages. Okay. That was a good book of Bell. Whatever you need, look it up in the book. You need some shoes, it's in the book. Whatever you need, it's in the book.
So what happens in the room? I've never stepped on stage when the energy is really flowing. When do you feel more greatly inspired? Because, what is the best feeling? Because there's things, it's energy, there's heat.
You don't know what you're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing, and we can't describe it. It's a lot of people love to have sex. A lot of people they don't love to do drugs, but they get caught up on drugs. But when you get caught up on this laughter, when you get caught up and you're delivering it and you're responsible for the laughter, and they're giving it back, more than contagious. It's more than contagious. It's oh man, you have to live it, you have to love it, you have to sleep it, you have to eat it, you have to drink it. I don't care what you do. You go to a funeral, you think about what. I'm at my uncle's funeral last year. I'm going like, man, look at all these flowers. We can sell these flowers, and we can pay for this funeral, right? You're always thinking something funny. And it's good because when you're thinking funny, when you walk into a room, there should be some reason for people to smile. Mm-hmm. So when you walk into a room, and just make sure you carry that in. When you walk into a room, go, speaking of the devil, that's a different story. So I'm blessed to be able to walk in the room, and I love happiness. I love happiness.
I appreciate you for that. So just for the clarity, it wasn't that you were reading some Napoleon Hill or something. It was right.
Who the hell is Napoleon Hill? Well, that's probably some black guy I should know, isn't it?
Well, Think and Grow Rich guys, big motivational people. Like he's the core of a lot of the positive
Browns
people.
And all,
They all pull from that, and before
Norman Vincent Peale, all of the
spiritual laws, all that, just like make people feel good, and then you can get more for yourself. Kind of prosperity.
You make people feel good, and they don't mind being around you. They don't mind paying to be around you. They'll come see you. And look, it's my friend Joel Osteen is so inspirational that he never asked for a dime, but people buy his books, and he never asks you for any money.
Okay,
you ever notice that?
That's facts. That's fact.
And if you make people happy, they just tend to want to come and be with you. Mm-hmm. Can we just sit with you? Hey.
Okay. So besides your book, I mean, what?
That was your other 10 minutes. Did you hear go off?
No, it looked like some stripper name. What are you doing there?
Don't.
No, it's all black.
Yeah, because I got it set up that way.
Now, you got the black phone.
It gave you an extended time. Keep talking.
All right. Well, no, I don't. I'm done. I mean,
you're not done. I'm not coming down here for no 10 minutes of talk. You're gonna keep talking.
Okay. All right. Your mama jokes. You ripped comedian Rob G a new one. Well, y'all went back to back. I know it was filmed. I hope somebody gets to see it.
It was filmed some way.
I felt so bad for Ron that night.
He's smart though. Mm-hmm. He is so smart. He filmed it and he cut it where it appeared that we both won.
I was there.
And wait a second. I don't care who gets the laughs. I'm the one taking the check home. I can take a joke. If you got a joke better than mine, God bless you.
Okay, so
because a dude told me in Cincinnati the other night that my mom was so black that if you close your eyes, you can still see her. And I hadn't heard that one before, and that just racked me up, you know. And every now and then you'll hear a new one, you know. It's just really great, man.
All right. Well, the colorism's a problem.
The color is a problem, yeah. But whatever.
But if you're gonna insult me, I'll take a few.
Well, no, I don't. I'm not going to insult you, and I'm not going to talk about your mama because, first of all, I never met the man. That's number one. Okay, I'm not going to talk about your mama. You know, but if you do see her, you tell her that they caught that rapist. Okay, so she can stop sleeping naked with the window open. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I could have been your daddy, but your mom doesn't have change for $1. But what you got to do, no matter what people talk about you, talk about your mama, you got to laugh it off. Make sure you enjoy life. Old people. Change your lives. Start enjoying lives. Old people, I told my Aunt Ruby the other day, she keeps her good silverware up in the attic. I said, Aunt Ruby, take that silverware down, use it every day. Let company eat on the plastic shit. You're going to die, and that's going to be, the dish is going to be up in the attic. Your kids going to sell it. You'll never get a chance to use it. Change your lives, old people. We got some bad habits in our homes. Got a set of towels in the bathroom. Black people got towels. That's another secret. Better not touch them. They're for company. The hell with company. I live here. Now you're pissing me off. Mm-hmm. Change your life. Make sure you enjoy your life. As I said, once again, young people, as soon as you get out of high school, get out of college, get on an airplane, go to another country, see how other people live. Oh, my God, there's good people everywhere. Just charge it to your parents. Just get on an airplane. It will just alleviate prejudices, and just make sure you enjoy your life. Go to the nude beaches, as I said before. I never smoked a joint, but if you want to do that, get it out of the way. Just don't get into trouble. Mm-hmm. Just don't get into trouble. Do everything that's going to make you happy, and I guarantee you will become a better person.
Well, comedy is medicine. I feel so inspired, George Wallace.
You do?
I want to live life.
Hallelujah.
I want to be happy like you.
You'll never be as happy as I am, but you just keep trying.
I'm going to confront. I'm going to go to my aunt's house. I'm going to say, I'm going to rip all the plastic off the couch.
You get your ass whooped. Hey, you better not listen to me. You take that plastic off, you'll get your ass whooped. You never get a beat down like you never been beat down. Go touch those towels. Don't y'all listen to me. You go in there, don't even go in that living room. Don't you listen to me. I'll tell you to do shit, but I ain't doing it.
I'm trying to be free.
Well, you go on in there. You'll be dead free.
Come on, be free. Take the plastic.
Yeah, oh my God. You just sit in the wintertime sweating.
Tom Cruise jumping up on my aunt's couch.
Jerry Seinfeld came over to my house one day, and It was my sister, actually. She was like my mama, but he was so cold. He had his feet up on the coffee table. I said, boy, if you don't get your feet off that coffee table, she come to that room, your ass is dead and mine is dead. I was telling the other night about when we grew up in the house, you couldn't lean against the wall, put your hands on the wall. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, we had some rules, didn't we?
And when you look back, and when you go back to those houses, the ceiling's so low.
Oh man, the ceiling is very
Everything
low.
feels small.
Oh, how about 5 kids in the house, 2 parents, 1 bathroom,
Wow.
and we got it done.
Yeah.
How about whoever bought groceries, your mom or your dad, they bought like maybe 2 or 3 rolls of toilet paper for them 2 or 3 weeks. Now it's gone, and I don't know what's happening today. Now you have to buy 18 rolls equal 32 rolls, and you're buying toilet paper this big. They say it's twice as much, twice as soft. It's definitely twice as soft.
Oh, chores. We lose sight of chores. Well, I used to have had to mow the lawn.
My daddy, growing up black in the South, your parents were never comfortable with you being comfortable. If they walk in the living room, you're just watching television. What you doing, boy? I'm just watching that. Go cut the grass. Daddy, it's snowing outside. Cut the grass, I said. Wash the car. They always had something for you. They were never comfortable with you just sitting there having fun.
Well, a lot of things are gone. It was a job for kids untangling the phone cord. That'd take half a day.
Can you imagine? I used to do this joke years ago. They got a thing called the clapper. We had a clapper 30 years ago. Me. Turn the television on, boy. Give me a cup of coffee. Come on, boy, turn the lights on. We had a clapper way then, do it. So things are funny. You just look back at what we're doing today and how these kids, the new kids are living, especially black kids are growing up and I even hear black kids talking back to the parents. I heard a kid in the grocery store the other day. I was in New York. Well, black kids, he wanted something.
I don't know, in New York yesterday? I'm sorry.
I was in New York yesterday, yeah. And the kid says, I hate you, bitch, to his mama. I ran to my car. Because I'm from the South. I didn't want to be no witness to what's going to happen up in here now. But the parents don't do. My mama, and you from Philadelphia, my mama will give me a backhand lick and just slap me in the middle next week. See, they don't do that anymore. They never would do it, but you thought they would do it. Boy, I'll slap the taste out of your mouth. And that's, ooh.
Well, I know you don't. I know you love everybody. But here's a trick, Mr. Wallace.
Dr. Wallace.
Dr. Wallace, if a white person gets fresh at you with a certain age, like between 20 and 30, if they get too upset at you, just say, all right, you're on timeout.
Oh, my mama did that.
They'll just stop.
She'd
They'll
beat
walk
your
in the
ass.
corner.
My mama will beat your ass and she'd take time out, come back and beat your ass some more. Time out. What the hell is time out? People bringing the kids up, kids having parties, birthday parties, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, bringing in real entertainers, bringing a real pony in the neighborhood, a bounce house. What we get when we were kids, we had some cake and some ice cream, and bounce your ass out this house.
And all 3 flavors of ice cream.
That was called Napoleon. That's what I call it.
Neapolitan. I thought that was.
You couldn't say it either, could you?
Napoleon ice cream. It was a slice. It was
a slice. It was a slice. Vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate, right?
Yeah, you couldn't just scoop it out. When you get the half gallon,
you got to have.
You scoop it out.
Y'all was rich, huh? You got the half gallon. That little square. It was square.
It wasn't the slices. It was you scoop it out, but there was always a strip of strawberry left.
Exactly.
Everybody ate the chocolate and the vanilla.
When was that?
I don't know.
I love chocolate today. Chocolate's my favorite flavor, but strawberry is pretty good. Vanilla's my least favorite now.
Big track of strawberry. We need more ice cream. What's going on?
Well, now, ice cream is so expensive now. Back in the day, you could get like a whole gallon for 99 cents. And if you come from the hood, you get iced milk. You won't know the difference. Eat it.
Well, preach. Kool-Aid.
Hey, Kool-Aid, everything.
With extra sugar.
With extra sugar. Oh, can you imagine? Unfortunately, that's why we have the diseases that we have today, what we ate back then.
That's facts.
We just ate anything and everything. We couldn't afford it, and we thought it was good, and it was good. Yeah. I was telling them last night on stage, I sure would like to have me a fried bologna sandwich, and then, when it, in the middle and the burnt part to the, wouldn't that be nice? And I said, then I should open up a restaurant where you have, all these hamburgers around America now, like where you got Shake Shack, you got Umi Burger, all kind of Five Guys hamburger, Five Guys. First of all, there's too many people touching my meat. Okay, but wouldn't it be nice? You may not be old enough to know this. Wouldn't it be nice to get a regular hamburger out of the skillet and put it on 2 pieces of white bread.
bread.
We called it light bread back in the day. And it's soggy with the
Hamburger.
oh my God, was that good? I could have one of those right now.
I'm in. If you have a fried bologna sandwich franchise, I'll put your name on it.
Wouldn't that be nice?
White people would go for it.
Of course.
You have to double. You want a single or a double?
Yes, they're going for everything else we got. And I said, why not?
You know, jam sandwich.
Oh,
all that.
peanut butter. Oh, my friend Seinfeld. I mention peanut butter. This guy is such an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
He's just every now as smart and rich as he is, he does some stupid shit. He loves peanut butter so much. The other day he was frying an egg, and he put. I walked out of the house.
Peanut butter omelets.
Something like that, yeah. I just walked out of the house. It wasn't one of the omelet, just folded it over, peanut butter and fried egg. That's just stupid right there. You looking at me like you might like it.
It's a bit much. I don't like eggs or peanut butter, to be quite honest.
You don't like eggs?
I like Jerry Seinfeld. That's the only part of the
He's
equation.
an idiot. Even in this book, he wrote in this book, only thing we have in common is we both like me. He's an idiot. He's doing stupid stuff.
Well, that's what
You can
friends
tell
are
him
for.
I said that's what friends
That's
are.
what friends
And he's
are
my
for.
best friend ever in the world today. That's why people finally, I'm the real George. If you like Seinfeld, I'm the real George. I'm his roommate for 13 years. I was best man in his wedding, and I'm the father of his kids. You need to know this.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you so much for bringing the gift of laughter for so many, 4 decades now? 5 decades?
43 years.
43 years.
Seinfeld and I started the same day.
Wow.
Catch a Rising Star in New York City. And we've been best friends to this day. I'm surprised he hasn't called yet. That was probably one of the bells you heard.
I understand.
And that's another reason I'm blessed. Out of all of the people I could have been friends with, God put me with the richest person in comedy, and we run the streets together every night. I'm funnier, but he's richer.
I love it.
Oh, I'm gonna catch hell for saying that.
Well,
It doesn't
if
matter.
you told the truth at the beginning of this interview. You didn't tell a single lie.
I'll make up a lie. What you want to do? Because I was talking like I was in Cleveland yesterday, right? You ever been to Cleveland?
Not yet.
I was there yesterday. It was in the 70s.
Okay.
Not the temperature, the decade. So I will lie. I love to lie. I was in Buffalo, New York. You ever been to New York City?
Yes.
I was in New York City yesterday, and it was so cold. Statue of Liberty took that torch and put it under her dress. But I love lying. I love just making up shit. I love it. I love it. Just lie.
Well, you're living your best life.
I'm living my best life. I'm gonna write a book. Also, I love to tweet, and right now tweet is completely different than the way I do a show on stage. Like Pat Oswalt was just talking about some of my favorite tweets, and I think I'm just talking and saying shit because I don't like to go to whack-a-mole because once. I'm embarrassed because one time some moles attacked my family and I didn't have a hammer to help and defend them. And other guy says he liked my best tweet. He thought it was shout out to your favorite coat factory, preferably Burlington. I'm just, but I love because I'm a rebel,
Just catching people off guard.
I just do things different. I'm a rebel. I just do, I'll pick my teeth with an ice pick and I'll pick ice with a toothpick. I do stuff like that. I'll eat pancakes out of cup and cupcakes out of pan. I do stuff like that. Okay. If I go to England, I'll eat French toast. Right. When I go to France, I'll eat an English muffin. I don't give a shit. Let's make it perfectly clear. We're so happy that you're here. Thank you for coming here. I don't know where you come from. I don't know who the hell you are. But thank you when you come to Las Vegas. You do have a choice. You can go see the blue man or you can come see the black man. I'll be here for you. I'm George Wallace. I love you and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. This is real black up in here. And I didn't cuss one time, did I? I could cuss if I wanted to. I don't cuss because I'm out of the church. But people cussing in church now. They got that new thing with the communion, with the wafer and the wine together. And I see little old ladies on the motherboard in white dresses going, this some bullshit right here. Can't get to this is bullshit. But I don't cuss. I met a rapper named Waka Flocka Flame. That's my curse word, Waka Flocka. Go ahead and say it to yourself, Waka Flocka, Waka Flocka, Waka Flocka, Waka. It's good, isn't it? It's just close. As I say on stage, I was at church last week, and the preacher walked up in the pulpit. I said, look at this Waka Flocka. He's going to be up there for 35 Waka Flocka minutes. And so I do go to church. And they got this new thing called praise and worship in church. I wish Bernie Mac was still alive. Bernie Mac said, you don't take nobody along singing the same Waka Flocka song. Know what I'm saying? I've been here 30 minutes, same goddamn song.